Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast, a brand new episode this week where it seems to be just the same thing every single time we play Celtic.
Mm.
Mistakes have cost us, we've lost the game and we fall further behind in the league to now 12 points. Saturday's game obviously was quite even, I thought, but your two centre halves there have made the mistakes that have cost us in the game. Leaving Nicholas Raskin all sad like the rest of us. So I will be talking our thoughts on the game, breaking it down. Obviously, big decisions in the game as well that will need to be talked about. Rate sort of the players that played, and then move on to St Mirren on Saturday. We'll see what team's going to play then. Probably a good opportunity now. The league's done to just let Michael Beale test the team, give players a chance. And I try and finish the season as strongly as possible because obviously we've got that big game coming up at Hampden. That is our season. We need to throw everything at that. So until then, I'd like to see rotation in the team and I'd like to see players being given an opportunity. But we'll see. We'll talk about that as we go on. As always, if you'd like, subscribe and share for us, very much appreciated. And on to the Old Firm game then on Saturday. I mean, that's how I feel, Tav. I feel the exact same. He's dragged us into the game. These two goals for set pieces, and he could have had a hat trick actually. Straight after that, he just put it by the post as well. Frustrating, really frustrating. I felt like Tavernier after the game. I felt like Tavernier when Jota scored. Just a really annoying game at Celtic Park. We obviously go there without any fans backing us. We go there with Celtic obviously in red hot form, the same as us obviously in the league, and it obviously had to come to an end for one of the two teams. Celtic came out in victors. The start of the game, I thought we started really positively actually. Took a different approach, didn't really sit off Celtic, kind of went and played our game. We were high tempo. Just the thing I always get failed from games, regardless of where we play them, is we're so nervous and we panic on the ball all the time. And I don't know how that is continued through manager after manager. That's something I noticed right away, glaringly. Obviously, there was big opportunities in the first 20 minutes for both teams. Obviously, Celtic had the one disallowed. Kyogo was offside. Ryan Kent had opportunities to go play in Morelos, who was one-on-one with the goalkeeper if he did. Sun was a bit bad that day, so I will cut him some slack with that one. Morelos obviously put us 1-0 up, rightfully so. I mean, looking back at the discourse, how pundits are looking at it, Kevin Clancy's been sent threats and whatever else. It's just such a poor decision. Like you look at it back, a corner, Old Firm game. Obviously, you're going to be grappling with whoever to try and get the best of your man. Obviously, Alistair Johnston is that kind of physical defender as well. Morelos has been put on him. He's trying to get the best of him. And I mean, I don't see anything wrong. Again, if that was a Celtic goal, there is nothing wrong with the goal we scored, which makes it even more frustrating.
If it's any other two teams, as I say, it's not even just Elfram, but in any game, if that happens, it's given as a goal. It's a goal all day long. You know what I mean? I don't understand his decision making to go, nah, foul. Like, yeah, I mean, that is a goal all day long.
And it felt like immediately after that, we kind
It just
of
took us out of the game. It took us completely out of the game, and
kicked us in the balls basically, and
basically,
Celtic went on top. And probably the only poor thing about Tavernier's game is the goal came down his side. Kyogo obviously makes the movement, kind of he sucks Davies in, he pulls back out, nice turn, and he scores, puts Celtic 1-0 up, and that's the last thing you wanted after obviously being positive in the game. And obviously we had a chance, should have probably been a goal, and then Celtic go for one each, and then again that continued after that. We kind of lost our head a wee bit. I was like, this could end up 2 or 3 if we're not careful.
Absolutely could have been, but that's what I'm saying. His decision took us out of the game. All the hard work we had done previously, it all gone to hang just because of the referee's decision and the players. You know what I mean? You could just tell. It just killed us off, and then obviously Celtic going to get a goal, what have you. But all mate, as I say, it was just for me yet again. It was just a frustrating one, another frustrating one where you know you should have come away with a lot more than what we obviously the defeat. But as I say, his decision making is what's cost us there. I'm not on about. I'm not hanging with about the one that Beale, and I think it's Tavernier as well. I try to hang with was the one with Jota. Try to say it was a handball or what have you. I've not watched it back. I don't really want it. You know what I mean? But if I look at it back, I even watching it the game, I'm like, there's
No,
nothing,
nothing even
nothing there.
screamed out to me at all, really, about that goal.
That is the one. There's only one decision that he made with that, as I say, is a Morelos goal. It's a Morelos goal all day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you robbed me of Morelos sliding and doing the shush. You robbed me of that. So I'm kind of, do you know what I mean?
There was also I think it was the first half. I think it was the start of the second half. Ryan Jack's getting the shot pulled off him at the corner.
You know,
And there's also a bit of pushing and shoving going in there as
you
well. But
expect
if
that,
you're
and
ruling out the goal that we got based on the same thing, how are we not getting a penalty at the other end? It's the whole consistency argument again. Like, aye, it's just fucked at the moment
it's
in
not
terms of
even.
decisions.
I mean, like we were all watching Celtic TV beforehand, right? That's all I'm saying.
Aye, I know.
The coverage, yeah, it was disgusting, man. But no, as I say, his decision making is what cost our momentum, mate. We were right in the game, and then you could just tell after that. But no, yet again, poor decision making refereeing wise up here, and it needs to get sorted out.
But then we eventually did get kind of back into the game towards the end of the second half. Made strides going forward. Obviously, got a free kick. Matt O'Reilly, I can't remember who it was. He took out. I think it might have been Kent.
Right.
Um, Floors him. You're thinking, does he
Nonsense.
hit it?
I was like, it's bouncing off the wall. I kept saying to myself, this is bouncing over the wall. It's going past the bar. He's never scoring here. There's just no
But then
chance.
in reality, he probably scores the best goal we've scored at Celtic Park since Pedro Mendes's goal
Yes.
back in the day. Like an absolute screamer of a free kick off the bar. Drags us back into the game. Great time to score as well.
Think
Half
about
time we go in, probably deservedly level.
absolutely what I was going to say is, but think about what they've robbed us as well with the celebrations there. With that goal, do you know what I mean? Think about what they've robbed the fans that could have attended that game, the celebrations
It
there
was
as well.
just weird to watch.
You have to see your team score and then no heat here, do you know what I mean? What you usually heat, and obviously it reminds you back 2 years ago or whatever you. But what an absolute beautiful goal! I've never jumped up high that way. I jumped up when I was watching it, man. Absolutely sensational free kick for James Tavernier, and showing, as I said, I'll say throughout the full entire game, showing that he is going to be here next season. You know, we said that players like Tavernier, Lundstrom, Morelos, all those kind of players had to step up and show us why they're going to be here next season. Kent, do you know what I mean? Like we'll talk about Kent, obviously, but you know what I mean. When I think Connor Tavernier was about the only one that showed that he deserves to still be here and be a part of Beale's project. Obviously, he will be, but
No,
with that game, do you know what I mean? For us as fans,
no. And then second half, we came out firing. We probably should again take chances in the first 10, 15 minutes of the first half, second half. Sorry, we don't take them. I knew just watching the game, if we don't take this, the momentum will swing back with Celtic with the crowd and all that, and it it probably shouldn't even have happened. Ben Davies should have booted out for a corner. Should get it anywhere else, but aye, daft decision making. Jota comes in, Keel goes there, 2-1, and then you're thinking, right, try and get back into the game again, and then John Suter obviously loose pass back 3-1. And then Tavernier obviously scores a header, gets you a glimmer of hope back in the game. But I thought, even just looking at the bench and the subs that we make, right, just Cholak, just as
you knew you were
you're
looking back on
just,
it.
it's
Because
just there's nothing.
as you said to me, as soon as Lundstrom and all that came on, you knew that was it. That was just it. I had no I think we would get in back Tavernier, as you say. Um, I think the chance I said to you that I've been thinking about non-stop is why the fuck are Kent Morelos passing the ball to each other? Why is nobody
I know I forgot about that there as well.
why
Aye,
is nobody hitting it? Like that is what angers me the most is, do you know what I mean? Kent does all that work and then he goes to get Morelos. Morelos goes, he clearly panics and goes, I don't want it. You take it. So Kent thinks about doing some trick it, but I'm just like, man, one or two years grow a set of cojones and hit the ball. Hit it.
aye, I
Morelos
know.
he had the chance beforehand where obviously Hart saved it. Do you know what I mean? But like, I mean, Morelos was unlucky not to get a couple of goals, as we know. Obviously, the referee robbed him of his goal, and then a couple of
Aye,
chances. I think he didn't do himself any favour with that in order. But as I say, Kent done with him. I'm like, just done with him. I mean,
It's more a case of looking at his effect in these games. Obviously, has been good over the years, but then you think, right, what's his actual overall stats? And I think it's something like 6 goals in the last however many, well, about 2 seasons.
mm,
Scott Wright's had more. Like, and he's like, you look at Scott Wright and the amount he plays. Ryan Kent plays 90 minutes near enough every game. His numbers are shocking, and we all kind of looked past he does more for the team than just that. But I think you're looking at him now, and it's like,
fresh start, rip it up. I've
aye.
just saying you would think, Bill's going to get the best out of him and what have you, and I don't know.
I
I'm
think
done.
he probably needs a fresh start because looking at him, I'm like, I don't. Obviously, you would like to have players of that quality, but just at the moment where we are, I think we really just need to get rid of him. Like, I think we just need to start fresh and get new. Because you're looking at the left wing position, you've looked at it forever and been like, it's only ever going to be Kent that can play there. I want somebody else that can come in, and I want 2 left wingers that we can actually go and
Challenge.
choose for rather than it's always just Ryan Kent. And he's
You
maybe
also
got
look
a
at
bit comfortable in the position as well.
as the fact that the thing I was thinking about the most, as I said to you after the game, was the fact that when did we had it? When was the last time we had a striker that scored in most of these games? Do you know what I mean? Like you look at Celtic, they constantly bringing forwards that score in these games all the time. Do you know what I mean? Morelos, what was it? What's the stat for Morelos there? What's this like 3 goals
He's only ever scored 3 goals in however many Old Firm games he's played. So
and that should be a hell of a lot better. Do you know what I mean? And then you also look at the fact that their wingers also contribute to with goals and what have you. And as I say, I think Ryan Kent on his day is a fantastic player. We know that when he turns up, he's sensational to watch. But I don't know. I just thought he was missing the full entire game. Um,
just wasn't making the right choices. Obviously, he was threatening when we got the ball to him, but
it's the chance that obviously you're talking about there, where maybe the sunlight is in his eye. Who knows? No, just the fact that you don't square that to Morelos straight away. Do you know what I mean? Just
nah.
I just as I say, one person as I said to you, I thought I'd be coming on. I'd be sitting here willing to have a go at Barisic. Thought Barisic had a fantastic game, and he remembered he was playing football before he was about to absolutely
Nah.
get something.
No, he actually did have a really good game, to
Really
be
good
fair.
game.
I thought the
Fullbacks were.
fullbacks at times, though, were a bit too high in the first half, which kind of all their threats were coming down the wings, which we obviously didn't concede any further other than the first Kyogo goal. But I thought Barisic had a strong game defensively, and I thought he'd done decent in the attacking sense as well. Tavernier obviously gets his 2 goals, and um, you can't really ask for anything more in terms of a complete performance. That getting 2 goals, and then obviously thought he was pretty good defensively as well when he had to deal with Dyson Maida or Haksabanovic when he came on. So I thought he'd done well defensively. McGregor, I mean, John Souttar's passing that back to a 41-year-old guy. He's never going to beat Jota for the ball, is he? Not much else he can do with that. He made a couple of good saves in the first half for a couple of their strikes, but aye, can he really do anything with any of the goals? I think he gets a hand to the first one, and then the other 2 are just kind of defensive mishaps, and you're looking at the 2 in front of him more. And I mean, again, I brought it up last week. When do we ever have an Old Firm game where there's not like a notable absentee for our team? I mean, it was Tillman's race for fitness in the cup final, and now it's Goldson missing. Like, it's just because John Souttar's obviously not started a game since the first day of the season. You're chucking him in at Celtic Park, which
But it's no.
again, you feel sorry for the guy. You feel sorry for
No,
the guy
I don't.
because
I
he's
don't.
been put into obviously a game of big magnitude. He has to deliver, but then on the other hand, you're looking like he's
No, he's a
apparently
bit.
been ready for months to play
But
this
he should
game
be.
at
That's what I'm
any
saying.
time.
He should. But
Obviously, he
he
makes
should.
the mistake, but that's not. Like, he's a footballer. Like, he shouldn't be making mistakes like that. That's where I get that for. I was
That's his
obviously
concentration. He shouldn't. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to feel sorry for him because he wants to play for the club. He wants to be a mainstay in the team. So he's got to play in these games and he's got to turn up and perform. I'm not going to feel sorry for him because he hasn't played since Livingston. Do you know what I mean? He should always be ready to go. They're professional footballers. They should be ready to go. As I say, you can obviously you can sympathise with it. As I say, he's gone through a tough time, and do you know what I mean in terms of dealing with the injuries he's having to deal with, and obviously coming into the club, and you get it. But at the same time, I'm not going to make excuse for him when he's playing a game and he gives a pass back like that, as you say, a 41-year-old goalkeeper, and you've got somebody chasing the ball with electric pace. So I'm feeling sorry for him there. Do you know what I mean?
No, of course, not on the mistake. I thought he had a good game and all, but you're always going to be remembered for the
He'll get
mistake now,
more.
and
Aye,
that'll hang over his head until obviously probably gets a run of games and starts making consistent strides to obviously be in the team,
he
because
might do
now
now.
Ben
Oh,
Davies has obviously been a mainstay for Connor Goldson's partner, and he's made a big mistake, a glaring mistake again. He put his 2-1 down, so you're now looking that position's going to be up for grabs. You would imagine as well. With Suter obviously been back,
I don't
nobody
know.
really knows the extent of what Goldson's out for. It could be the rest of the season, knowing our luck. So
Yeah, yeah.
it maybe will be Davies and Suter. So I think the
But I
more
don't
games they
actually.
play with each other,
Obviously, apart, I know that they both made errors and they both made mistakes. But see, apart from that, I thought they were all right.
I think there's a lot of overreaction in terms of Ben Davies. It's
Ah,
obviously you make
I would
a
have taken.
mistake in an old firm game, 100%. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do. But people are now like, oh, why did we even sign this guy for 4 million when everybody beforehand was like, oh, he's probably the least, not the most consistent player on the team. Oh, what a pickup he's been. He's building a great partnership with Golson. It's so quick how people turn. And I
Mm.
understand they made a mistake, but let's not forget that Ben Davies has been a mainstay in the centre half position for games upon games where we've been unbeaten in the league under Michael Beale. Obviously, the big games that we've wanted to win, of course, we can defend better. But I just think the criticism with Ben Davies is harsh. People saying he's not good enough to play for the team and all that, and that's totally up to personal opinion. But I think he's a decent centre half. Maybe opened my eyes a wee bit to the mistake he made, and I'll maybe look like I just think it was harsh. I don't know about
No,
you.
it's the same as all the time. Do you know what I mean? Obviously you get the mistake, but I'm in agreement with you about an overreaction. It's the same way I wouldn't sign Tillman because he hasn't hanged. But Tillman's been sensational all season. Your coach are gonna he's an absolute bargain if you sign him. Davies, I think Davies he's been solid. Do you know what I mean? When it's him and with Goldson, as I say, him and Goldson. That was that him and Souters what first full
Nah, because he's obviously played. He played with King. He
consistently.
played with Sands in the earlier parts of the season. Lundstrom probably as well. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Obviously, it shows you who the real. We all know who the real leader is. Do you know what I mean? But who's solely missed the most in that defensive line is Connor
mm,
Gold. Just probably there to reassure everybody. Do you know what I mean? How many times when you're at a game you hear him constantly vocal all the time, always telling people to get up, move forward. Do you know what I mean? Like so, I just think it's an overreaction, same as you. Listen, I just think I honestly like the two of them. I think Suter's the one with more mistakes in him. I really do. Do you know what I mean? I know everyone hangs him. They want to hang it, but I think he's. You know what I mean? He's all right. He's a rotational centre half for me. He's not. I don't think he's good enough to be a first term like starter personally for me.
well, I'd like to see Suter
He's going to
with
get a run. He's going
Goldson
to get a run.
probably. That
No, what I'd like to see, as you say, is that I'd like Bill now to mix up because the league's done. So let's use these games to try different formations, try different partnerships out. I'd like to see Yalmaz get more games. I know Barisic he's been decent, he's been all right, but I'd still like to see
of course,
Yalmaz
aye.
come in and get games, and I'd like to see some other people be given a chances. Now I'd like to see maybe somebody like the boy was signed for Wilmo. I'd like to see him maybe he get a call up for England's under what 18th,
Mm,
I think. So like
nah,
you want to see just pushing Hangman because the league's done now, as you say. Our season just relies on the semi final against Celtic, and that's all we can.
basically, aye. But
You
it's basically what it is, and obviously
know
you got to keep the
that?
players fit going into it. But I want to see some new ideas now. Bale's get his time to now play with the rest of the squad, and it's really frustrating that we've got to this point again at the end of a season. You're just kind of like he'll see what he wants for a squad, and he'll make the decisions in the summer with what to do, which is frustrating. Going into the rest of the team, Ryan Jack I thought was quite quiet to be honest in the game, but again
Picked him
he
more
is
for
always. Um,
picked him more for Ryan Jack. I thought he gave
um,
the ball away a bit too easily.
Aye,
That's
he was always a bit quiet. Never really does anything too flashy or anything. But I thought Nicholas Raskin had a really good game. To be honest, and every time you see that guy, you're impressed. Even in a defeat, even obviously put an Instagram post up, basically saying but trust the process, believing in the project that's happening here with Michael Beale, and I thought he had a good game going forward and back. He's going to be a real star of this midfield for years to come, and I can't wait to see that. Todd Cantwell probably
Quiet,
had a quieter game.
quiet game. I was
Um,
expecting more energy for Cadwell, but I don't know if he's been told. just to think, I don't know, but I thought I was really expecting more for Cadwell personally.
He had a bit of a quieter game. He had one chance I remember that went right by the post, which was unlucky. But you're maybe looking for more of an attacking sense of him
That's what I was
creating.
going
I think it was probably his worst game actually since he's came. But then I don't know if that's just him being fashioned out wide. He says he prefers playing in the middle, but again, in games like this, you need to try different things. You need to play anywhere to try and get the victory. So, that was Cantwell. Tillman. He had moments where he was pressing and he had runs where he had nobody really up with him. But I think on a large part he was caught dreaming at times. Celtic players were on him all the time because obviously he likes the game played at a slower pace, and I just don't think it suited him at all. I think for what I would have done even before the team sheet came out for this game is I'm trying Tillman up front now.
I would.
Morelos is obviously done his due, whatever, but I want to try new things now. Especially in these big games, like it's clear that Tillman is probably better suited to be further up the pitch. And I obviously he'll put the hard yards in, he'll win the ball back, he'll make many recoveries of the ball and whatever else. But I think he's caught daydreaming sometimes in the ball.
No, I agree with you, mate. 100% I do, but I just, yet again, I think it's the overreaction. What I'm seeing is people saying they wouldn't sign him, wouldn't bring him in, doesn't turn up in the big games or what have you. But I just think it's harsh on the young man. He's been fantastic all season, and he's definitely worth the money that we can clearly pay for him. So
Nah, I've got no questions about
I would like
signing
to
him.
see him up front. I think that would be a really good idea, as I say, because there's nobody else really. Do you know what I mean? I love Morelos, but apart from Morelos, I'm not playing Sholak, man. I'm just not.
Aye. And then Morelos obviously again had
Apart
chances
from
in
his
the game.
goal, he had chances. He had just really feel it for him because that was, I mean, it was robbery, daylight robbery that happened to Morelos. But he had another couple of chances, I say, in the second half, and just
I
really
mean, he had a
he
header, he
didn't
had
have the
a
ball.
strike for outside the box that Joe Hart saved. He had that one where it was just him and Kent playing like two wee guys in a park or something. And you're nearly
You'd
putting
have
the boot
subbed him
through the
off. See,
telly.
see if you were the manager, but see if I was Bill, I'd have subbed the two of them off after that. That's
Mm.
disgusting. Like for me, that is disgusting. Like somebody show a bit of cojones, as I saying. Somebody hit the ball. Somebody
No,
be a man. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go and put the ball in the net. Or at least have
no,
a
it was
chance. I
frustrating.
thought. That's apparently our two best players. You know what I mean? And that's what the two of them are doing.
Nah, it's just kind of that moment kind of turned a lot of people, I think, being like, look, just fucking rip this team up and just get rid of everybody that's been here, basically.
But that's what
And
I'm saying. That's how many seasons are we going to continue to have that where it's, oh well, next season we're going to just rip it up.
exactly.
You can't keep going like this now, and this is what I'm saying. It's on the board. You've got to invest in him. There's no other option now because we all want Michael Beale to succeed. We all want to believe in the project. Do you know what I mean? Because we all know it's there. Do you know what I mean? We can see the style he wants to play. It's very exciting. But as I say, like if he's not got the players that he wants for it,
No,
it's the same with anyone's. As I say, it's the same. It was the same with Gio. Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to give him the players, they're not going to succeed.
no, and hopefully that happens in the summer. It was obviously a frustrating result. You felt like you needed more for the game and probably should have got more for the game, but it leaves the league basically done and dusted with what 7 or 8 games to go. So again, as we say, we move on to St Mirren after that. Last time out,
Only sense.
Gio's last ever game. Actually, for
Like
this
it's
photo, probably the most soul destroying game you'll ever see in your life. But I St Mirren are absolutely
the Johnson
fantastic
one,
this
man.
season. It's St Mirren are flying. St Mirren's manager Stephen Robinson's basically just built this team up again after Jim Goodwin left, and
Basically, just signed away the Motherwell players, but
basically just done what he's done at Motherwell, but he's done it at St Mirren again, and you can't complain if he's. I mean, he's doing it in our team. Fair
when he gets the
play.
Hearts job, you're letting St Mirren fans know he's going to take the all their squad to Hearts.
Aye. Nah, obviously we come up against a tough task. They'll be coming here with probably a lot of confidence. So off the back of their season 2-0 win at Hearts last time out, they get Robbie Nielsen sacked. So they'll come here with confidence. Obviously they've got threats. Again, that's the kind of thing I'm worried about in this game. They've got Curtis Main and Ayunga up front, two sort of units If you like say up front, you've got Suter and Davies. They'll need to be physical against the two of these strikers. And as I say, kind of looking just for Michael Beale to give players a chance now. And this is what again, Cholak. I've put him in here because I think Michael Beale was 100% going to play him right, but I would play Tillman up front, and I'd probably again I don't know Scott Wright, give Scott Wright a game at right back or something.
Do you know what it is? I think I would. I'd just go, do you know what, Scotty boy? You're not going to be here in the summer on you go and get a wee game. Sakala, you're all right. You're all right. I can't.
Sakala has done nothing wrong.
No, he's no, but I'm sorry. He's got to know magic or something because so as I say to you, sometimes you watch him, you think yourself, how's he done that? And then other times you go, how's he a professional footballer? But then you look at his stats, and I'm thinking to myself, how's he get that many goals and that many assists? But as you say, I suppose maybe a game like this, but I don't know, man. I just sometimes I worry about him. I'm a bit iffy with Sakala at times, man. I really am. I just think to myself, how's he a professional footballer? But then
Well, what I'd be looking at now is going to give him a chance in the left wing. Ryan Kent is not produced, and if he starts a game on Saturday again,
he's Bill's boy. Bill ain't going to drop him. He's Bill's boy. He ain't going to drop him.
But as we're talking about new ideas, new way of playing,
absolutely.
Yilmaz, I think, probably deserves a game. He's been really unlucky that Barisic has just obviously started playing a bit better than he had done, and he's really struggled for an opportunity. Glenn Kamara's been basically just nowhere to be seen, but again, probably needs a game. Probably, I don't want to see Lundstrom play Ryan Jack again. Kind of need to protect him.
I wouldn't be shocked maybe if he maybe puts Lundstrom and Davies at the back.
Again, I think that's playing into just a disaster. To be honest with you, I don't want to see Lundstrom. If Lundstrom can't even play well midfield, I don't want to see him at centre half.
Well, I just couldn't believe he was our only option for a centre half at the weekend there and all. Well, I know,
no.
But I'm like, get this out of here. Look, I don't. As I personally, I just want to win now. I'm just get as I say, get the squad feeling good about themselves. Get ready for the summer going ahead, and give people game time that are going to be here next season. As I say, Yilmaz has to play now. Get his fitness levels up. Get his sharpness there. Got to get the game time for me. I mean, aye, mate. I don't want to say I'm not hanging, but I'm like, there's nothing to play for now.
It's just like, that's why I'm just like, what Michael Beale done against who was our last home game? Can't even. I think Dundee United. It was Aye. He tried a new formation. He played three at the back. He played Scott Wright at right wing back and that. Like maybe even just try something like that. Get me something to get excited to go to the game for, because I know we're playing for nothing now. So just get some fresh ideas in the pitch so we can sort of look forward to what's to come next season. Because as we said, this is where we are again this season in the league. And then after that, we've got Aberdeen away, and then it's a split. So and then into the semi final as well. So basically just need to get rotation in the squad and get everybody sort of fit.
I'm just wanting to just can't believe it, man. As I say, like again, we're here and we're saying to ourselves that we've got nothing really to play for but the Scottish Cup, and that's just not good enough at all, man.
No, definitely not. But this is reality, I'm afraid, and we'll move on to that game against St Mirren. As we say, hopefully see something a bit different and see the players that have been undroppable be dropped, and if give our players a chance.
Let's also say, like, if Nottingham Forest want Ross Wilson, you can take him. I know there's a lot of Rangers fans probably listening or watching who would gladly, I know you would, Jack, gladly drive him all the way down there if they wanted to do that.
Well, we're all on these. We're all waiting to see if that will go through. Ross Wilson, he's the orchestrator of the downfall, really. We all these players and all that have come in for mega money and not delivered. So if that becomes true, I mean, the banners again would have worked and he's been pushed out of the club. So we'll see what happens on that front. But until then, let us know your thoughts on the rest of the season. What would you looking to be doing? Would you look to go full strength again for the rest of the season into the Old Firm semi-final? Would you be looking to sort of rotate and give players an opportunity? Let us know in the comments.
Can also before you end it, can also just say, Calvin Bassey, I think about you every single day and I miss you. Ajax don't deserve you. And if you ever want to come back home, you know where we are. Just want to say.
Nah, perfect way to end this episode. So see you soon.